A power nap may feel like a tiny pause in the day, but biologically it acts like a full system tune-up, and the deeper you look into the science, the more impressive this simple habit becomes. When you drift into a short nap, your brain enters the earliest stage of rapid eye movement sleep, known as stage 1 and the light part of stage 2. In this window, brain waves begin to slow, muscle tension drops, and your sensory system briefly disconnects from constant input. This matters because even light sleep triggers a cascade of restorative processes. The brain starts reducing adenosine, the fatigue-building molecule that accumulates with every waking hour. The thalamus quiets down, allowing neurons in the cortex to reset, and networks involved in attention and working memory get a short break from non-stop processing. The result is that waking from a 10 to 20-minute nap gives you a refreshed state of alertness without the heavy reboot sensation that occurs when you wake from deep sleep. Neuroscientists often compare this to rebooting a computer while leaving all your files open. Your mind returns clearer, but nothing is lost. One of the most encouraging findings is that power naps align beautifully with natural biological rhythms. Humans experience recurring ultradian cycles throughout the day, roughly 90 to 120 minutes long, and each cycle includes a natural dip in energy, mental sharpness, and motivation. These dips are not signs of poor discipline. They are built into our physiology. A short nap taken during one of these low-energy valleys works with the brain's timing system, minimizing fatigue and restoring cognitive performance more efficiently than willpower or stimulants. Unlike caffeine, which merely masks tiredness by blocking adenosine receptors, a nap reduces the actual sleep pressure itself, giving you a more durable kind of focus. This is why many people report that a strategic nap prevents the late afternoon crash better than coffee, sugar, or pushing through exhaustion. The brain benefits extend beyond simple alertness. Studies show that short naps enhance learning by supporting memory consolidation, especially procedural memory, the type involved in skills, patterns, and quick decision-making. Even a 6-minute nap has been shown to boost memory performance, which suggests the brain uses even tiny amounts of rest to sort and store new information. Power naps also improve emotional regulation by giving the amygdala and prefrontal cortex a brief cool down, allowing stress responses to soften and resilience to rebound. This is why people often wake from a nap feeling calmer, more patient, and more optimistic. From a metabolic standpoint, napping helps lower cortisol levels and reduce sympathetic nervous system activation, which can stabilize mood and improve cardiovascular functioning. It's a small act with meaningful physiological ripples. Of course, napping has potential drawbacks, but even these have positive angles when understood correctly. The most common concern is sleep inertia, the grogginess you feel when waking from deeper sleep stages. This typically happens when naps stretch beyond 30 minutes and the brain slips into slow-wave sleep. But sleep inertia is not harmful. It simply means your brain entered a repair-heavy phase. For people who are chronically sleep-deprived, longer naps can provide substantial restoration, even if waking up feels sluggish for a few minutes. Another concern is whether napping disrupts nighttime sleep. Most evidence shows that short daytime naps do not interfere with bedtime unless taken too late in the day or used as a substitute for habitual poor sleep. In fact, people who nap intentionally and within a structured routine often report better sleep quality at night because their overall stress is lower and their circadian rhythm remains stable. Developing a good nap habit has more to do with environment and consistency than perfection. Finding a quiet or slightly dim space helps your nervous system settle quickly, but perfection isn't required. Airline seats, office chairs, and living room couches all work. Many people fall asleep more easily if they use the same cue each time: a gentle alarm, a specific pillow, or even a calming breathing pattern. Consistency enhances the effect because your brain begins to associate that moment with mini recovery, allowing you to fall asleep faster over time. A fascinating strategy that blends science with everyday life is the caffeine nap, where you drink a small cup of coffee and then nap immediately. Because caffeine takes about 20 minutes to activate, you wake as both the nap and the caffeine effect hit their peak, producing an unusually sharp mental lift. The lifestyle benefits of power naps are wide-reaching. Students use them to improve learning before long study sessions. Adults rely on them to maintain clarity during demanding workdays. Creative thinkers often find that naps help break through mental blocks because the resting brain makes new connections more easily. Shift workers, pilots, Medical professionals and first responders use short naps as legally recognized strategies to maintain safety, reaction time, and judgment. Even athletes benefit from brief naps, which have been shown to improve sprint performance, accuracy, and energy perception during training. For people who experience stress, mood fluctuations, or late afternoon frustration, a nap becomes a reset button that restores emotional steadiness in a way few other habits can match. What makes power napping especially appealing is how universally accessible it is. You don't need equipment, supplements, expensive devices, or complex routines. You only need a short window, a comfortable spot, and the willingness to treat rest as a tool instead of a weakness. In a culture that often glorifies constant activity, a power nap acts as a gentle counterbalance, a reminder that productivity comes from a well-rested mind, not from squeezing every ounce of energy out of yourself. When used intentionally, power naps enhance focus, creativity, mood, physical performance, and long-term brain health. They help you work with your biology instead of fighting it, proving that sometimes the most powerful way to get ahead is to close your eyes for 20 peaceful minutes and let your brain restore itself from the inside out.